I challenged myself to play 2 golf tournaments back to back over a 5-day period and walked over 26.2 miles, which is a full marathon. And I wanted to see, using my new ShotScope watch in tracking every single shot during the tournaments, if it actually helped my game. Day 1, I shot a 76, 14,000 steps already on the first day. Day 2, I was able to take the ShotScope data and use it to my advantage. Crazy. This helps so much and helps simplify my approach and just tweak 1 or 2 things on my game, which shaved off 4 strokes on round 2. So I ended up shooting even.
Clearly, ShotScope was right because I shot 76 yesterday and 72 today, and all I did was change my drives. Like, honestly, my chips were a little bit better, but honestly, my approach shots were the same, putting was the same. I just was able to get in the fairway.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's probably what happened today.
Real quick, guys, if you haven't already subscribed, please take 2 seconds and just hit that subscribe button. It really helps us to grow the channel. Thank you guys for your continuous support. Back to the video.
%77% greens in regulation, which is really good. 32 putts, same as yesterday. 42% fairways, which doesn't sound like a lot, but most of the rough out there was just crabgrass, so like you'd hit it and it wouldn't be in the fairway, but it was a good tee shot. So my tee shots were so much better. I went from literally getting like 11% or something yesterday in the fairway. Today was 43% in the fairway. So to sum up day 2, I was able to clean up my tee shots, and that made sense. Yesterday it told me I lost 4 strokes on tee shots, and I cleaned that up and I gained 4 strokes back. I definitely did still lose 2.5 strokes on chipping and 1.5 strokes on putting, so probably should have been 3 under, honestly, but not a bad round and cleaned it up really well. So obviously, I'm so glad I got the statistics. I still have tomorrow starting a new tournament, and I was able to get 12,000 steps today, which puts me at 26,000 steps, which I think is like a little over 10 miles. So we still have 3 days left. The goal is to get 5 days, 26.2 miles of walking in tournaments. So every single day, trying to get to that number by the 5th day. And I think we'll get it. I mean, we're already at 10 and a little bit over 10. So that will be 3 days left. We could definitely get it. Also, I literally finished up my schoolwork, my school year today. So I have to do 4 exams right now. And I'm so tired. So hopefully I do well.
Day 3 of tournaments in a row. This is the first day of a new tournament. It's 3 days and it is like 6 o'clock in the morning. I thought it was gonna be easier as I keep waking up earlier and earlier. It's getting harder and harder and harder for some reason. 28,000 steps, which is 14.6 miles. And we're trying to get to a marathon. So we gotta I'm actually gonna start walking more. Like if there's a shuttle hole, I might as well just walk to get the extra steps in. We did have a call with this specific tour last night. They called us, wanted to make sure we were doing everything right with filming, so I totally respect that. We're gonna have a shotgun mic instead of miking up because they decided that was better for their tour, but it'll be fine. We have a shotgun mic on, so it's fine. First tee shot, I tried to hit a little bit of a draw. When I got up there, I had a perfect lie. Had to hit over trees with a 6-iron from like 160 yards. Actually hit a great shot, so I definitely will take that shot.
Much pulled on that approach shot, but the real reason was the pull drive. We just can't do that the rest of the round. Like, no more. Done. Over. Not gonna do that again.
I ended up getting a nice little 2-putt here, which I was very happy about. That is a really good save on that hole, considering after the first tee shot, that was great.
2 really not so great decisions on the first 2 shots. Putting was good though. I put that first putt pretty close off the green, which is pretty good, but really need to focus on tee shots because that just sets the tone for the hole. And if I can just get that straight off the tee, we are not hooking ever again. I'm going to follow the shot scope analytics, which is do not hit it left. And it was right there, like left is no good. So I'm gonna try and hit right on every tee shot, even if that's like a little bit right, a little bit of a cut, it's fine.
Okay, so I was happy to par the first hole. This is hole 2, and this is where it gets interesting. I hit a great drive. I hit a little bit of a fade on the second shot and did not have a perfect lie near the water in the mud, but I actually hit a great shot out of the mud, just a little bit over the green.
Basically the second shot, I don't know what happened. I just hit the worst shot in the whole world. I thinned it, sliced low, and then I was able to hit that shot, which actually not that bad from there. Now I gotta make up.
Okay, so this is where I need to clean it up. My chipping just was not good in this first round, and then I made bogey because I couldn't obviously save that putt, and that was just frustrating because I actually hit a great recovery shot on the third shot and ending with a bogey there, which is disappointing. But here on the 8th hole, I was now 2 over, hit a good tee shot here, nice little draw, and then got up to the second shot. It was probably like 130, hit like an 8-iron, kind of little punch shot over trees, and hit a good shot there. I was very happy with that. The third shot, I ended up making this putt, so that was my first birdie, went back to 1 over. I was like, okay, now I'm starting to feel some momentum, feeling my swing, feeling putting, and then I got to the 9th hole and I 3-putt to have a double bogey. So this is where I missed like a 1-footer after, trying to make up and down, and I lipped out that 1-footer. It was really frustrating, and I did this twice in the round, so this was very upsetting for me. This is where I lost a lot of strokes, went 3 over, hit a good drive here and a good second shot, ended up making par. But for me, it was all about putting here and chipping. Really, I would say mostly chipping. This is a good recovery shot on the 11th hole and ended up making par going to the next hole. And then the 12th hole, hit a great drive. I felt like I was figuring out my swing here.
I think I may have just figured out why I was pulling all this time. I think it's the 12th hole. Yeah, it's the 12th hole. I'm coming way far from the inside. I need to almost swing out to in, which I didn't want to do for, is that an old snake? Oh, it's a dead snake. Ew. Ooh. I figured it out. I'm just going to take it a little bit on the outside, which is straight to me, and then swing a little bit on the outside, and it'll be totally fine, because I just bombed that drive. Carried like 215, rolled out. Actually, I'll tell you right now from shot scope.
So par on hole 12, par 5. This was a great shot from like 190 yards with a, 7-wood, incredible shot. This hole 15, another lipped out like a 1-footer, and I had to make a double. This is where I lost most of my strokes, with those 2 double bogeys. Then we went to hole 18. I was 6 over. I had a good shot here, it was a par 5, so this is my third shot, 2-putt, and ended up making par. But really the most annoying part of the whole round was those 2 holes, and if I just played those 2 holes cleaner, I would have played much better.
I'm too tired right now. Look at my eyes. I was up until 11 o'clock studying for exams last night. My eyes are killing me. They're baggy, right? I've never had baggy eyes before, but I have them today. I did like 7 or 8 hours of studying when I got home. It was insane. I wanted to go over the statistics that I gotta be honest with you guys, I always am super, super positive on the golf course. That round really hurt me. Honestly, because I prepared so much for that round. I even played a tournament yesterday and the day before in order to prepare for this tournament. I really wanted to do well yesterday, and sometimes I think also when you put a lot of pressure on yourself to do well, you don't end up doing as well. I'm gonna go over these stats. It's gonna make me sick to go over them, but it's only gonna help me for today, so I have to do it. So first of all, my short game was terrible. So I lost 4 strokes on short game out there. I lost 4 strokes on chipping today. And the reason for that is because I rushed every single chip, rushed every single putt. I really didn't take the time because I got so anxious on my short game yesterday because usually my short game isn't the best part of my game, but it's hard to watch. So my goal today, after viewing the shot scope analytics, I am going to slow down everything when I approach the green. I'm gonna slow down my walking, I'm gonna slow down my demeanor. Honestly, I was upset about it yesterday, but I honestly just have to play better today, and there's still an opportunity to play well. So everything's gonna slow down around the greens, and that's the goal. After playing 3 days in a row of tournaments, I am at, let me do the math, I'm at 42,000 steps. I did 14,000 yesterday, so 42,000 steps, let me get my calculator out. It is 18.72 miles, which means that I have almost 7 miles to go to get to 26.2. So I think it's possible in this round if we just keep moving and like elongate the walk, but if we make it to the next round, then we'll definitely crush that goal. So the goal is to make the cut.
Okay, so day 4, I knew what I needed to do. I striped this first drive, literally perfect. I mean, these holes are so narrow off the tee. If you can hit it straight, you're good. Second shot, actually hit a really good shot. Just aimed a little bit too far right, and it just had a bad kick. It was a good swing though, so I had to, go over there and try and chip that. And this is where I was like, okay, I'm just gonna slow everything down. I'm going to try and take my time as much as possible. You can see me literally like just purposefully trying to make everything slow because I'm a fast golfer and I had time to spare and I wasn't taking it around the greens on the first day. This chip was just too much. It's just not a good idea. So this is where I struggle with my chipping. It's just knowing when to hit the high and the low shots. I wasn't able to make this putt on the coming back, so I ended up making bogey. But that is something I need to work on in this round, is like knowing when to hit a high chip, knowing when to hit a low chip. Like I chose a low chip on a downhill chip, was just not probably a good idea at all. So I left there with a bogey on the first hole and then hit another perfect drive on a super, narrow hole. My drives were really good actually on this course. And then hit this approach shot a little bit long. That's actually not a bad shot from where you are in the Pine Needles. And then had to make bogey again. So that was just frustrating. Those first 2 holes were like, I'm giving everything I can here, and I just had 2 bad decisions. But after that, par 5, hole number 12, we started on the back 9. That's a good shot. Like my swing felt good on day 2. Putting was okay, but there was just some bad decisions. +4 here. That was a good shot. I actually made this putt. This was hole 17 and I made that putt for birdie, so that really made me feel good. Honestly, that was a great feeling. This was behind a tree and I had to really hit a really good hook. So that was, again, a good shot. This is a narrow course, so everybody was kind of hitting, even if it was a good tee shot, they were still hitting it right or behind a tree. I ended up making a par save and ended up with 5 over, which was, 1 stroke better than yesterday. I did slow down my chipping and putting. Just didn't start off right, and it didn't give me the best angle to, make a really good round.
Today and yesterday as well, I lacked so much confidence, it's not even funny. Like, I just had no confidence in the swing. 6 over and 5 over is probably the worst I'm gonna get, but for me, it's just really frustrating because I put a lot of pressure on myself to prepare for this tournament, and I still didn't let go. I was too tense. I was over every chip and every putt, I was putting so much pressure on myself. Meanwhile, a bad day for me should be 2 or 3 over. Like when you have that desire to do well so badly, and even if you put a ton of practice in, when you get there, it's like, this is my moment to perform. And it's so like, kind of demoralizing when you don't. Like when you hit a bad shot, you can kind of say, all right, it's fine, we're good, don't worry about it. but it still hurts and it still bothers you, especially when you prepare so much for that moment. Now, if you don't prepare and you go out there and you don't do well, it's kind of expected, but it's just frustrating and upsetting when you put the effort in and nothing happens. But that's golf. These raw emotions that I'm putting out there right now, I'm doing this on purpose because this is how I feel, and I want other kids out there to realize, who are watching this video, to say, you know what, I'm going through that too. Most junior golfers at any level, junior tennis players, basketball players, whatever sport, they're all going through this. And they can have the best spurt of, winning, and they're still going through it when they don't have a good day, because it happens. And I want to be honest and open with you guys, and I don't ever want to fudge anything. This is how I played, and it bothers me. It does, because I just put so much effort in. But I did it, okay? It's in the past, it's done, it's over. A lot of people say that, but you really have to move on. You just have to move on and just keep going. You cannot think about what's to come. You can't think about what's just happened, and you can't beat yourself up about this, junior golfers and junior anybody who's playing tournaments. You cannot beat yourself up about it, because it's normal, and I've gone through it a million times, and even when I play well, I'm still frustrated at myself. It just happens, and you're supposed to feel that way. It means that you care, truly, because if you weren't upset about it, you'd be like, okay, whatever, I don't really care, it's fine. But when you put all that effort in and you don't play your best, it is frustrating. Let it out, but move on. It's gonna be fine. I have tomorrow. The more important point is that the ups and downs are part of the process. The downs are probably a million times worse, yes. They're frustrating, they're annoying, they're mentally tough. You may be one shot or 3 months you just can't break through. And those ups and downs have to be there, otherwise you're not going in an upward tick. So you have to have the down to make a spike and say, next tournament, I came back, I won, I played amazing. You weren't gonna do that if you didn't learn from today. So it's normal, and you have to learn from it. Everyone goes through it at some sort of level. You could be winning 7 tournaments in a row and then do terrible. That's just what happens. All right, so we're out here at 7 a.m. for the 3rd day of my 2nd tournament. So this is 5 days in a row of playing golf tournaments. I've played 2 tournaments, and I'm at 48,000 steps across all the days up until now, which is 21.36 miles, which means that we have to hit probably somewhere around 10,000 steps today, which I will easily do because I've been getting 14, 12,000 every single day. So we will be able to hit the marathon goal of walking in tournaments every single day. So we're gonna try and hit 10,000 steps. And today, my main goal as the last day is to learn all of what I've taken from ShotScope data and saying, not hit any drives left, hit as many greens as possible, and when I don't hit left, I'm gonna put myself in a better situation to then get on the green. The good thing about ShotScope and getting all this data from the tournaments is that now I know what I have to do in order to get a good score, and also what I need to avoid and what will happen if I get in those situations. So let's go, here we go. I'm excited, last day.
Don't see Mr. John and don't see your ball, you're allowed to play with 2 balls. So make sure that y'all say that in the group that you're playing with 2 balls because you didn't see Mr. John and didn't see your ball. Then when you get to the score table, they're going to ask the same thing and tell them that you play with 2 balls.
Good morning. Welcome to the final round at the AJGA Junior at Sandridge at the 8:20 a.m. tee time. First to the tee from Jupiter, Florida, Gabriella.
All right, ladies, good luck out there.
I gotta make a stroke today. Putting, it's all putting. Went for the open green, I'm safe. Got a birdie opportunity, but I gotta make this putt. I gotta make every single putt. smooth as my swing, which I haven't felt the past 2 days. I just feel so much freer and just more confident. And in this environment, in this group, it's a little bit better. Worth it going over these 2 bunkers because like I can carry it. The first day I carried it, hit a bomb drive, but honestly like it didn't do anything for me. I went for the green and then I hit 3 from the green. I parred it. So it's like just go out here, lay up. It's not worth it. Try and get to my 90, 100 number, which is my favorite number, and then I'll have an easy approach shot in. quickly as a turtle. But what shot scope is telling me is 100% true. Every time I pull, it's a bogey. So no more pulls, no more anything left, and then I'll be fine. Like that's it. That's the key to my game. No left. Left is like the worst shot in golf. The only reason I had 2-3 putts and 2 birdies is just the 3 putts really hard pin position and just like not close enough to the hole, but 2 birdies make up for it, so let's try and get this close.
crazy. It looks like one of those video games where there's like, bugs all over. Oh my god, he just like looked at me and was like,
Actually, every time I played this course, every time I played this hole, I hooked it into that tree over on the left. It's crazy.
114 yards fishing wedge. Thanks.
I know, I had a hole in one on Monday. And my mom, I'm like, Mom, you didn't put that on video.
No, in tournament?
Yeah, in a tournament.
Oh
That's
my
my
goodness.
first one.
That's awesome.
Thanks. That was a really good shot.
Thank you.
Check the hole. Destroy the hole.
No, I landed out there. Yeah.
Don't have a score.
That's crazy. Upsetting to get a bogey there because I just made birdie and eagle back to back. But you know, it can't be perfect all the time. It's just, you're gonna have an eagle, and then you're gonna have a double bogey, and then there's gonna be different things in different rounds. It's not always gonna go your way. So we've got 2 holes left. I've birdied this next hole the 2 days that I played it. So I feel confident on this hole. Just gotta swing smooth and finish out strong.
wedge?
What my wedges are?
Yeah.
MV4.
Okay, so we got 10,000 steps today, which is a total of 56,000 steps across 5 days, which is 26.5 miles. We reached our goal of going over a marathon length, and I definitely improved today versus the day before and the day before that. Some of my stats were 78% greens in regulation, which is amazing. We had an eagle hole out, which was amazing. 0 approach shots on the left, 0 long, 4% right, 60% on the green, and overall, good round today. And more importantly, I know what my misses are and I know where I go wrong in rounds, which means I know what to work on in the future.